from the Warner Brothers Studios, here she is now, Ellen DeGeneres.
Hey y'all, all that love right back at you. Today we have a psychoanalyst with us today, Erik Erikson.
All the single ladies, 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 all the single ladies. Now put your hands up in the club. Just broke up, I'm doing my own.
Welcome to the show, Erik Erikson.
It's actually Erik Erikson.
Oh, I see your parents were very creative with the naming process. I'm sure you thanked them for that.
I would have thanked them if I had met them.
And on that note, let's dance.
Aren't you going to interview me first?
Later, let's dance now.
But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles
That's enough of that crap.
So you're a psychoanalyst. Tell me some psychoanalyst stuff.
Alright, psychoanalyst stuff. Let's get started on that. Alright, well there are 6 terms for the necessary to understand my theory. First one would be identity formation, which is the term for development of a stable sense of self-sufficiency to make the transition from dependence on others to dependence on oneself. Identity achievement would be the next one, which is where the adolescent has successfully decided on an identity. And then our next one would be identity foreclosure, in which the adolescent settles on an identity chosen by others and never actually goes through the identity crisis stage. And moratorium is when the adolescent is actively exploring various roles, options, and lastly would be identity diffusion, where the adolescent avoids considering a role in a conscious way, and this would be the people that fall into drugs and alcohol abuse, to find themselves, Ellen.
So tell me, why did you develop this theory?
Well, I developed this theory because it was very particularly interesting to me because it was a concern in my own life, and I find it easier to, dive right into a subject that is relevant in your own life, it's very interesting for me. And another thing that I was able to do with this is make an outline that detailed life, cycling from birth all the way to death, from old age and everything in between. It's just all there.
So how old are you?
I'm 86.
Oh wow, and you're in the end of that life cycle you were talking about. I bet your body's like, hey Erik, it's your body, stop dancing. All right. Well, it's pretty cool that you coined the term identity crisis. I coined the term classic joke Tuesday. Here's one now. What happened to the frog who parked illegally?
Maybe we just cut that short. I don't have time for jokes. What happened to the frog, Alan?
He got towed. Remember when I scared you today?
Yes. I remember, yes.
I'm Mellen! I'm Mellen! I got you!
Okay, so my theories of identity crisis, it's a period of intense self-examination and decision-making. It's a part of the process where identity is formated. It's when people decide who they are, like when someone decides on, well, let's just say sexual preference. Maybe like being a lesbian or something. May or may not be in this room.
How crucial have your findings been to today's society?
Well, some of my aspects have been incorporated into contemporary views of human development.
So let's hear about those 8 stages.
It begins with the first year of life, when babies are torn between trusting and not trusting their parents. If their needs are generally met, their parents' trust is gained, and they're led to a future of faith and predictability of the environment and optimism about the future.
I trusted my parents, but then they burned my baby pictures.
So, Ellen, you're just going to interject like this the whole time?
I can't not talk. It's a talk show. So let's stay.
No! Why don't I just read all their names? Let's just get through them, Ellen. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. Initiative versus guilt. Industry versus conformity. Identity versus rule confusion. Intimacy versus isolation. Generativity versus stagnation. And integrity versus despair.
Alright, that's all we have time left for today. Portia, love you, baby. Remember, be kind to one another. I'm Mellen.